Did the boy who was born healthy, beautiful, and endowed with the gift of mentality have any chance of escaping the zombification and joining the army of evil, which is embodied in the communist totalitarian regime? But it wasn't exactly zombifying, and not exactly joining the army of evil. As the boy became the beginning of the study of the essence of global evil. Therefore, this was the beginning of his resistance to global evil. Yes, the incident with a wild stray cat showed how evil had swallowed him up, but the human essence of the boy arose from nowhere, like phoenix from the ashes. And then begins the history of sophisticated imitation, of joining the army of global evil. Not without a cost, of course. So he has to sacrifice his beauty, sometimes his sexual identity, and sometimes his physical health. His adult father could not have helped the boy in any way, as he was in the service of this totalitarian system and made his personal contribution to the general psychoenergetic background of this totalitarian political system. Therefore, his father had no motivation to train and teach his son the arts of self-defense, so he could protect himself against the frightening appearance and behavior of those degenerate offsprings, whose parents were apparently locked up in the prison where the boy's father worked. As the father was ready to defend the system, but not his own child's right to, first, freedom of conscience, 2, freedom of thought, 3, freedom of speech. Since the totalitarian communist system, even a priori, could not imagine or admit the existence of such human rights and personal freedoms. After the terrible accident with that unfortunate cat, the boy becomes a harbinger and a guide to death in some mysterious way. Sometimes, standing on the windowsill of the only window in his living room and sticking out his head through the little window, the boy would call his godmother's dog with a specific whistle. His godmother lived 50 meters to the left down the street, on the opposite side, in a red one-storied two-family house that belonged to old believers. But sometimes the boy paid attention to a girl of the same age who would also stand by the window of a one-storied house of white bricks on the opposite side of the building, almost opposite the boy's house, but slightly to the right, where the contours of the prison building where his father worked were visible in the distance. For some reason, the boy was a little nervous that day when he saw the girl. It was a dry afternoon, and he wanted to take off his pants and show it to the girl. In excitement, his right foot slipped to the edge of the nightstand in search of support, where a radio gramophone stood. And oh gosh, crash, radio gramophone, and the nightstand fell on the floor. But the most mysterious thing was that a few days later, at noontime, the girl got hit by a car and died while crossing the road at the point where you could see the outlines of the prison building, which the boy often gazed at in the evenings when his father was away from home. Having heard of the news of what had happened in the yard from some children, the boy rushed to the spot where it had happened, panting and in great anxiety. But it was too late. The ambulance had taken the body of the dead girl away. Something mysterious was slipping away from the boy's future. The human soul was saying goodbye to him. The beautiful love between a man and a woman was saying goodbye. The boy cried because something that was given to him from birth was going away irrevocably. And in its wake, something was stealthily creeping in to the boy, and his future was taking place.